Great. All right. So welcome to 15. Wait, we got two cameras. Welcome to 15 Minutes to Fame. My name is mikO Tolliver. I am your host here. This is my podcast that I have been building. Thank you so much for your support. Please like, follow, subscribe, share. That shows me that you're supporting. Thank you to people who have already there have been people who've been following me. Like, I'm getting these random followers, and I'm like, what is it? Who is this? Somebody in India, somebody in South Korea. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I got a podcast. It's worldwide. Again, I'm mikO Tolliver. Follow me around though, at mikO Tolliver. Tolliver is with 2 L's. I am here. I've got 2 guests now, right? I got YannaT. She was here for the last couple episodes. Here. Thank you for joining my journey. I appreciate it so much, your support.
Pleasure to be here.
YannaT is our, I want to say in-house resident rapper. Or sorry, in-house resident lyricist maybe.
I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take that.
All right. And then how can we follow?
Hip hopping around.
Hip hopping around. Yeah, we're going to get to the costumes in a minute. Can you explain to us, or just remind us actually how do we follow you around?
Yes. At YannaT 904, YANNAT 904.
That's right, because we're about supporting, right?
Yes.
I want you to get support too. And then I'm here with Antonio. You know what? I feel like maybe your official role should be the general manager.
My official role, because it is.
Yeah.
Well, not here.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you guys Antonio's handle to follow him on social media because he doesn't like that. So.
Well, no, it's not that I don't like it. I just don't use it. So I don't see why you would want to follow
That's
somebody
actually
who's
a
not
lie,
posting.
because you do send me occasionally
Okay.
look at this video.
I guess didn't you call me a lurker once? I'm the person
Yeah,
who likes
like
to
a
go and
ghost
see
follower?
what they're doing, but
Yeah.
I don't really participate.
Yeah. Well,
And then I'll send you videos oh, this looks like something that's funny that people would like.
There's nothing wrong with that. I love that you send me the videos. I'm more pointing it out because I'm just when you're going to support someone's channel, support
True.
someone's account, support someone's art, you want to make sure you're liking and following. I feel like I've probably got a good following that's bigger than my numbers show, because you have people who are just watching but not engaging. And I'm like, that's not right. I need you to stimulate the algorithm.
Well, see, I'm not stimulating the algorithm.
Well, anyway, I still appreciate that you came. And I call him our resident general manager because that was actually his role. I talk about being laid off from my job a year ago, and this was the guy who did it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Damn, I didn't know that.
You're fired.
But it was cool. But I just want to say one that points out that not all bosses are whack, because you were actually a pretty good boss. Except for when you weren't. No, but actually, so little backstory. Antonio and I worked at a radio station. Mm-hmm. Are we allowed to name the radio station?
We don't have to name it. We'll just keep going.
All right, because we're free.
We're free.
I'm really free of the radio station. He was the general manager, and there we started a podcast and a video broadcast that we were able to develop. What year? I think we started in 2021, 2022.
Somewhere around there. Yeah,
right?
2021.
And it went from there until 2025, last year, was a year ago. So that was 4 years. Mm-hmm. And in that 4 years, same thing that I'm doing here, it started out with just me, just on a patio. It was called On the Deck. Go check it out. So you can go look for it. And the first episode, I don't know if you remember, I told you this, the first episode was just me on the deck at the radio station on the patio, and my mic that I had fell down. It fell off. I was doing the whole podcast join, and I was trying to look good, right? And then it just fell down.
And we were doing it on the deck because it was COVID.
Yeah, and it was COVID.
So we were trying to stay away from each other.
Yeah, so we did build it up over time. It built into, actually, it was nice. I had a whole internship program. This is how I got a $200,000 grant to do a podcast. We had 6 or 7 interns. We had sound effects. So I just want to let people know what's coming down the pipeline of what we're doing now. Pointing out that I know we look kind of crazy here because we're in costume. For this 15 minutes of fame here, these episodes are taking place in mid-March and April, which is
Easter
time. That's right. It's spring, so we got a bunny, right? We got the Mad Hatter. I think this.
How does the Mad Hatter relate to Easter?
I don't know. I felt like Mad Hatter was at the Tea Party, Alice in Wonderland. There were bunnies there. It's just kind of the theme. It works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm Sister Mary Clarence.
Sister Mary Clarence.
Sister Mary Clarence. Yeah, I'm Whoopi Goldberg, I guess. Okay. You know, but
Are you
you know,
gonna sing?
actually, yeah.
You remember that song?
I mean, I didn't
Wow.
know the words exactly,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm a musician. I play
Oh, that's
guitar.
right, that's right,
I
that's
remember, yeah. Okay, so these particular episodes we are going to focus on manifesting because this is actually one of the biggest topics that Antonio would talk about.
All the time, ad nauseum. She's like, oh.
I've never said that to you about manifesting. I have never said that to you ever.
Yeah. Well, no, what we practiced a lot with starting with the podcast that we did was that you're always going to be having obstacles, right? So the question is, how do you get those little tiny wins and then build something from there? Not try to go start from whatever perfection is.
I love it. And you love it. It's on theme for what we've been talking about, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. So I feel like let's keep the party going. And I want to talk about when I started some of this podcast, one of the first episodes was like having a plan. And that's really how you manifest something. Like start first, tell people what it is that you want to do, you're trying to do, maybe you've done a little bit, you want to build on a little bit more. And as I continue to grow this, you know, I'm a very visual person. I want to add as much visual flair as possible. That's why we're in costumes. I would love to keep that thing going. You know, I have a thing for the costumes, and I do. I actually have a large collection. It's not large enough. I have a collection of costumes. They're taking up a lot of space in the storage unit here in the Bay Area. The goal is to have at least 31, so I could wear one for every single day in October because Halloween is my Christmas. These costumes here came from that lovely collection, so we'll see what else that we can pull out. And I want to say that I've helped you build a collection of costumes while we were
Which
at the
I
organization.
gave to you.
You gave back to me, so now, hey, you were trying to be a spaceman. It's
And I was
great.
like, man, yeah, I need to open up some space. But yeah, the space costume.
Yeah.
Have you worn that yet?
You know what? I was working somewhere, and this kid there was like, "I need a costume for Halloween. What do you got?" And I went down a whole list, and he was like, "No, no, no, no." And I went, He looks kind of like Antonio. You want to be a spaceman? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah, I bust out like a catalog.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't know.
Did you get the
31
costume back or did you give it?
Did I what? Yeah. Oh, yes, I got my costume back. Are you kidding? Yes. I would be. I knew where he worked. I'm only a matter of time until I found out where he lived too. We go over there.
Who's the
We break his
lurker
leg.
now?
What's happening to my costume at this
We
moment?
want to talk about other things
Yeah.
that we can add to. Mess up my mic there. Other things that we can add to the podcast. Talking to you, you were like, okay, just first of all, for a few months, here we are. We're shooting this now. It's about March, and I've been doing episodes since November. And I've been like, hey, Antonio, come do the podcast. And you're like, I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
My reason is that I was moving. That's a big. I thought it was easy. I thought we're gonna move, and then 2 weeks later I'll be set, and then nah. So.
Did you have a plan for that? Did you manifest that move?
No, I actually did. I talked about it a couple years before with
Really?
my boyfriend. I said, we should move in together. That'd be the next best step. And then we just kind of started looking. And then at some point we started asking, what is it that you want? How do you want to feel in the space, right? Because we had examples of what we didn't like in our in our previous spaces, what didn't feel good. So we started talking about what would feel good for us. It would feel good to have his little doggy be able to go out and use, do a potty over in the neighborhood and have a green space. And the place he had didn't have green space. So we just started talking about those things. And then one day we were just walking down. You know how people say, like, if you want to live in a particular neighborhood, just go walk around that area and see what's there.
Yeah,
right?
that's how my grandmother taught me to look for space, places to live. Yeah.
And it makes sense because then you get to an idea of like, do I really want to be here? And then we just saw this one apartment where the windows were wide open, but there was no curtains. You can see inside that we were doing some work, and we looked in. And I thought, oh, wouldn't it be great if this place was for rent? And then oddly enough, we ended up getting that place 2 or 3 months later when it opened up.
Yeah.
So it was it felt like magic. Even though it wasn't, it was just being open to what's out there, and especially for what you do want. Right?
Okay, I'm with it. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So that's great. So that was
my reason
for not being here.
for not being a participant for the first 2 or 3 months, and then I got sick after that.
Yeah, but from now on, you're going to be here, right? Me and YannaT, right?
Yeah, because we're doing this.
We are doing this, right?
We're
okay,
going
good.
to stardom.
That's good. We've got resident lyricists. We've got a general manager. We've got a host. Now,
Once we're on network TV with a huge show and you're hosting, and then we're your co-hosts, is it going to be like The View?
no, don't you remember when at the radio station when I told you when I was at the radio station, I was just like, I want to be the love child of Wendy Williams and Anthony Bourdain.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's going to
Every
be.
time you say that just chuckles me.
Because it makes sense, right? Because you can see it. You're like, actually,
It says so much.
I mean, The View is cool. It's got Whoopi Goldberg.
Because of multiple people, but
I'm thinking more. If I'm really thinking here and I'm thinking in terms of manifesting, I'm thinking I thought Wendy Wilson was such a fun show. I know they have like Sherry Shepherd that's kind of in her space, and I have to tell you, every time I watch that show, while I'm a fan of Sherry Shepherd and I'm happy for her, I do look at it and I'm like, it ain't Wendy though.
Yeah.
Wendy was so much fun, and I felt like she was really about embracing just being naturally yourself, where I feel like a lot of people in the industry would have called that like hood or ghetto or ratchet or whatever. But I'm like, it was such a fun show though. I'm like, it was really about entertaining. And I was entertained every morning. I was like, oh my God, this show is great. So I would love to do that. Then too, you've got Anthony Bourdain.
So we're going to be traveling?
That is my jam. That's what we're trying to do. Which I'm like, if we could,
And we're going to be eating?
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, that would be great. I feel like if we could find a way, my white whale, if we could go on a trip somewhere and abroad, we need passports. If we could have the funding for that to go set up somewhere, shoot a podcast episode there, which is great because then that's a tax write-off. But if we could also have the funding for it to do that and then multiply that, that would be... So we'd be bringing the entertainment, and then we would be talking about all of our really great fun things. That's, when I first started as a musician and a singer-songwriter, my biggest goal was I wanted to tour. I was like, that's why I'm in this. Like, I want to be traveling. I want to be on a plane. I want to go hither and thither. And that has not changed for me. So that's how I would, I still want to be the love child of Wendy Williams and Anthony Bourdain.
So essentially, we're going to be having a lot of fun.
Yes.
We are going to be entertaining.
Uh-huh.
We're going to be helping folks achieve their dreams.
You see it?
Right? And we're going to be traveling.
And we're going to be singing some songs, too.
All right.
Because I was listening to you, now as you were like...
Well, I'm not like a typical Filipino that can sing, It's been like...
Is that a typical Filipino
Well, I
thing?
feel like whenever people talk about Filipinos and singing and having great voices, I'm like, I'm not that person.
I'm thinking Jabberwockies and like, you should be able to break dance. Like, can you do that?
Nah. Well, okay, we'll have to take dance classes. I'll have to take dance classes.
Oh, yeah, there was one. Remember that time we took that class at the station and I learned how to do the dip, which is not a death drop. It's
it wasn't
dip.
we. It was you.
Well, you set it up, though.
I did set it up.
Yeah,
It was fun to watch you learn how to do the dip.
Yeah, and that was fun. Yeah. My thing is, I'm really into building community. I especially would say, especially as I've gotten further in my career, transitioning from music to film. And music, you could be a solo artist, that's great. Film, that is a team sport. You have to have several people. You can't just be there. You need someone working the camera. Shout out to Cole, who's working the camera. Which also for that, I'd love to have a little Cole camera that's just like watching him act into the background.
Absolutely not.
No, don't want it.
But yeah, I mean, I want to do a lot with it. I feel like there's here, but I that was always my thing, was to travel. And I will admit, I never was able to put together that really, really big tour. I did some stuff in like California, and that's cool, but
You haven't done it yet.
Right. I totally feel that way. And I totally believe it. I've gotten to this point where I'm like, oh, maybe I quit music. And I'm like, no, I just took a little detour, which is just adding back to it originally. I totally, is that a toxically positive thought?
No, I think, and we were talking about this earlier, is like how one is able to look back on like a previous season of life when you may have had your mind set on a pathway, and now here you are, and you're not necessarily on the path in the way that has been intended, but you are still on a path.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like for you, this path of, well, one, let me take it back. Like, you talk about the things you want to do. What are some things that you wanted to do and have manifested?
Wanted to do and have manifested, like through my art or just in general in life?
We can start generally.
General life? I mean, I wanted to be a singer-songwriter. At this point in April, it will be 27 years that I've played guitar, and that is an amazing feat. I I have a lesson. I give this kid a lesson. It's a new thing. I took a little break from that, but I've gotten this new kid, and he's actually really good. He's going really fast. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing, right? Because it's one thing to give lessons to someone. It's another one to give lessons to someone. I'm like, okay, this one, I'm gonna invest in this. I'm gonna turn this into something. And then kind of looking at him, like, I have been giving lessons off and on for 18 years, and I'm like, what? Like, I was there for all that time, so I know it's real, but just to think of how it's kind of been a friend to me, that's really means a lot. Let's see, what else? I have been able to travel a little bit, not so much internationally. Once I played as an opener of the House of Blues in LA, and that was pretty fun, right?
Fabulous.
I was actually able to go to the radio station. Actually, the thing about me, I guess, in music is how the guitar keeps coming up in life. Like even when we were on the deck, when we were like, all right, you know what, let's sing some songs, which then, you kind of step back and you think about it, like once a month I was on the radio to a third of the state of California just playing guitar and singing, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I was getting paid to do that. So, there are things there. Yeah. I mean, I put out 2 albums. I wrote and produced those myself. I made them come to fruition. I'm finishing up a short film. I did that. If you look back and said, what, to me at 16, like, this is the stuff you're going to do. Like, wow, for real? And I'm not looking to work like a for real job. Like, I'd be like, okay, sure, I'll take it.
Do you feel like those were all detours, or do you feel that they're leading towards something?
I mean, it would still be so great to like be able to tour and be on stage in front of a big enough crowd that could really be financially sustainable and just be soloing and playing some guitar. That would be really fun.
Yeah.
So, and I don't give up on that. Now I'm at this point, I'm like, let's just see what happens, and then I'll let it come to me. So yes, they're detours. I'm not going to lie to you that sometimes I get tired of feeling like, here comes another detour. We have another detour. But then also from those detours do come like just a gigantic source to pull from, like stories and such. If I'm thinking of my first guitar teacher, shout out to Storm Sinvold. I remember him saying, like, you can practice guitar all day, but if you don't go out and you don't live life, what are you going to have to write stories or write songs about? So that's really important. So that's where I'm at. Yeah. So I try to keep positive about it. And I mean, and it brought me to this. I'm doing this. This is I didn't see myself as a podcast person. I didn't see myself as someone who worked at a radio station, but I was there 6 years. And there are certain things that I learned there, both in like, you have to be doing this, and also like, no, don't do this. That I take to heart, and I feel like they really help me feel like I'm moving forward. So that's good. I try to embrace it. It gets frustrating.
Tune into the next episode of 15 Minutes to Fame, where I continue my conversation with General Manager Antonio and lyricist YannaT as we continue to manifest how we want to grow this podcast and make it into something really big. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow, and support me on Patreon so we can keep the party going. All right, I'm mikO Tolliver, and thanks for checking out 15 Minutes to Fame.